Morning, guys. Today is Dreamwork Wednesday, and I had an amazing dream last night, so I decided to use it as my pinnacle of this video. So last night I had a dream of a dark castle, and it was far away, and it was on a rocky mountain, and the sky was dark but backlit with illumination and silvery moonlight, and I could see the spire of the castle, the very tallest point of the castle. And it drew me in. It looked so beautiful because it was the sparkling hematite looking obsidian crystal. It was shiny and huge and just beautiful. So I decided to do a deep dive on what castles mean. And I'm going to start with the dark castle because that was the point of my dream. So the dark castle represents structure and deep knowledge. It is the mastery of the shadow. And it is recalibrating all the inner truths that you do when you walk and work in the shadows. It shows maturity, it shows privacy, it shows presenting a truth that doesn't need to perform anymore. It doesn't need to act. This is not chaos, darkness. Not all dark means bad. That's why we have to learn to navigate it. There's beauty in the darkness, okay? So it's not chaos darkness, it's night darkness. It's the kind that protects the sacred things. So what it means is that you, or me in particular, hold something precious that doesn't need constant exposure. You don't have to keep showing this for it to have value. It's precious because it is yours and yours alone, whatever that gift is in the castle that you're learning about. The grandness of the castle means that these are boundaries that you have earned. The dark castle symbolizes a healthy containment. You have learned when to say no. You have learned when it's important to speak and when it's important to just be silent. There's so much strength in silence. And you no longer have to over-explain or over-give. Does that sound familiar to anybody? Overgiving? So if I saw the castle at a distance, and what that means is this is an observation. I did not need to enter the castle. I observed the beauty of the castle. And it means that I'm not ruled by the past. I don't allow the past experiences and the past to stop me from doing things. I allow it to give me knowledge. And it means that you are able to witness your own power without being consumed by it. And it exists within me or within you, but we are not locked in to the castle. That's different. That hits differently, right? And so there are a couple of things about this. So when the light touches the spire, this means that my wakeful life, I get to be a beacon sometimes, a source of help, a source of understanding and growth for other people. I will have people that I don't really know anything about, but they're I know of them. They will tell me something very deep and meaningful for them. And there's a reason why people come to me like that, because I'm not going to collapse under their truth. I'm going to meet them where they stand. I'm going to understand them and accept them for what they have to say. Whatever their truth is, I validate it and I give them space for it so they can hear themselves too. The spire in the dream, the spire was the most beautiful part of the castle. And what it means, it's refined shadow wisdom. It is protection and grounding and truth. And it means the shadow has been mastered and elevated. And it's a darkness that's not to be feared anymore. I'm not afraid of myself. Are you afraid of yourself? And then we have the Light Castle. The Light Castle is a castle that is your inner sovereignty. It doesn't mean that the castle's a prison or a barrier. It means you have earned authority over yourself. The light means that you've claimed that inner authority, that you no longer seek permission to be who you are. The castle stands because you built it, you protected it, and you maintained it. It means that you are strong enough to hold your own center, which means to be who you truly are. If it has a spire, a light spire means clarity, wisdom, vision, alignment. Is alignment between purpose and action. Is a connection to inspiration without leaving the body. So a lot of times inspiration happens when your mind is out there. But this is a containment that is good. Wisdom is no longer hidden inside. You can see from above. And it doesn't have to disconnect from below. When a castle is on a mountain, it means mastery. So the Light Castle can be on the mountain as well. And that means that you took no shortcuts in your life, that you climbed that mountain and built your castle there. Light means that you didn't bypass any of the lessons, you didn't float above life, you earned perspective by walking the walk, doing the work. You know what you know because you lived it. Castles, when they are light, can be beacons for others. A landmark, a guidepost, a safe place for containment. So when people seek you out, that means that you have something to offer, something good and guiding and loving to offer, and they are accepted for who they are. And the same goes with the dark spire. Even in the wisdom of the shadow walker, you can see them at their darkest and you can see them at their brightest and still accept them for who they are. And you accept, because here's the main point of all of it, because you accepted you for who you are, for the shadows you learned about, for the walk you walked. So when light enters dark, this means that you don't have a fear of that darkness anymore. That the things that were closed off can be open now, and you're not afraid to let something in. And your truth can circulate within you freely, and there's nothing to fear. So that's a deep dive into dream work about castles. I'm sure there's so much more, but that is all I have time for today. So I hope this helps, and have a great day.